I'm talking today with Claire Torrey, fourth grade teacher at Bluff Creek Elementary, about her whole group instruction. Claire, what can you tell us about how you structure that time of your literacy block and how it plays out?
I start every literacy block with whole group instruction, whether it is an interactive read aloud with kids or if I'm strategically teaching a skill or a strategy for them to use. And so the whole group is used as kind of a launching off point for the small group and the individual instruction that I do throughout the lesson.
So how does that look like, and what kind of time do you spend doing that on a daily basis?
If I'm doing a read aloud, it often takes a little bit longer, but in general I try to limit it to 10 to 15 minutes.
Okay, and then what do the students transition into following a whole group lesson?
Usually after our whole group lesson, I transition into what I call stamina reading. It's basically your independent reading time, and during that time then I will go and I will work either conferring with individual students or I will pull small groups for guided reading.
And what type of tools or resources or data do you use to determine what strategies you might be presenting during whole group instruction?
I use the information that I gather with the guided reading and also the conferring to figure out what kids need next. We've also we've done the map testing, and I will use their RIT levels, but I drill down not in their overall RIT, but I look at, right now we're working on literature, and so I use their literature scores specifically to see where they're at. That way I've also just done like an individual kind of pretest to see where they're at in the specific skills and strategies that are coming up either in Storytown or Journeys. I'm piloting Journeys this year.
And when you're in your whole group lesson, how do you set it up for students to carry through learning targets throughout other parts of their literacy block that you have presented during that time?
One of the very first things I teach kids how to do is how to use Post-it notes in their independent reading time. And so today I'm going to be teaching about connections, and so I'm going to ask them on those Post-it notes during their independent reading to fill in the connections that they're making.
Thank you, Claire.